Hello, hello. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Too Legit City on the mic. Yo, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing today? Let me fix this Mamba cam really quick. Wait, no? Okay, I had that. There we go. There he is. It's Mamba. And he knows it's nap time. Mambas is right behind me. He's looking at me. He's like, why did he just move something? Hey, K-Kun coming in with the 42 months. Thank you so much. I see you over there. Enjoy the emoji 20 times ad-free viewing. Don't forget that legit sub badge. But thank you so much for the support. Appreciate it. Jessipisky, thank you so much as well for the 4 months. We got the Mamba grooming himself. We'll let the baby chill out in the corner. But of course, I see you guys over there in chat. Welcome on in. And of course, happy Thursdays, you guys. Hope you guys are having a good one. We got K-Kud in chat. Sean Corey, 10, 2017, 18. Rockos. K-Kun, how's the tattoo? Jessipisky. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you guys for tuning in. Coming in with alerts. I got you, K-Kun. Take care of business. Whatever it is you gotta do. You got another one? Man, you're going wild. You know what they say, man. Once you get inked up, you're gonna want more tattoos. I don't know how true that is, but I've heard that before. All you gotta do is get one, and then once you realize how easy it is to get a tattoo, you're gonna want to do like so much more. I don't know, man. I heard though that maintaining it like kind of sucks. Like you have to, make sure it doesn't get affected. You wash it, and then you have to also put lotion on it all the time because it dries out and it gets itchy and stuff like that. Oh, you're about to get 2, but then it took too long. Oh, gotcha. Hey, I see you over there. Hopefully, it wasn't a painful process. But hey, that's awesome, Kikun. I've been secretly wanting to get one myself too, but I have not really found the really time and place to really do it. But of course, guys, yo, Miss Chemical Stairs with a gift sub to Chinozuka. Thank you so much, Miss Chemical Stairs. I see you over there. And like that, we got a hype train. Appreciate it, you guys. Thank you so much for the hype train. I see you guys over there, Miss Chemical Stairs. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. I see you guys. I see you guys. I'm not gonna lie. Is it me? No, I think it is me. Like, the background seems a little bit different. Very slightly. Something seems off. I know this is base game, and I'm not used to it. But this seems like it's been recently updated. It feels that way. I might be wrong. But of course, let's check out the mods. And we're going to be getting back into the 100k challenge. Hopefully, we're going to be doing a lot better this time. We have the strats. We have some better ideas. And we're starting a new game. Alright, so game settings, default. Care package, stress reactions. Just the normal shenanigans. I didn't want ice glaciers. I don't want geodormants. And then I think every time we've gotten alternative pod location, we've failed. So I'm gonna try to avoid that this time. No magma channels. If there is magmas, it's a bad thing. 42 months, I know, right? It's a long time. Keikun was here back when we used to, I was gonna say before we did Oni, but then it's like, I think I did play Oni back then. I might be wrong. What's going on, Erlin? How are you? I see you over there. No glaciers, please. No frozen core or alternative pod location. Oh, geoactive. Okay, trapped oil is also fine. This is an interesting set. This is a very interesting set. I might actually keep this. Let me copy the seed so that people can play with it if they want. And let me update this. You rock 2 Miss Chemical Stairs and you're 43 months. I mean, you guys found us around the same time, huh? That's kind of wild. So that was at like the beginning of the Oni days. The very beginnings. Doing good so far. How about you? We doing all right? Doing all right. Can't really complain. Got the seed in. There was some crazy stuff going on. But I'm not gonna lie. I think it's better now, so I'd just rather not talk about it. It was all the Twitch stuff for the content creators. Some crazy shit was going on with that. Oh, I see where that get good. Yeah, man, you gotta take care of yourself. Alright, so the seed should be this, and it is correct. Looks good, looks good. Default settings. Okay. And let's get it in. So we have Geo active now, so we get a increased chance because I found the seed that does that. Got the founder badges. Only way to do it. Alright, so I will get my custom dupes. It's not going to be rigged, don't worry. Alright, so we will need a researcher because technically it does matter. Oh, I needed suit wearing. There we go. And then I think it was operating. Yeah, so we don't want him to have skills. Skills are too strong. And then we'll give him something he doesn't really need. The diver's lungs actually doesn't really matter. Iron gut. I mean, there's like no germs here, but sure. But you have biohazardous, that's fair. And then destructive, sticker bomber, sure. Alright, so now we need build supply operating. What the hell's going on? Pigeon coming in. What the 500 bits? Thank you so much. Hype train's happening. The hype train has leveled up. My goodness, thank you so much for the 500 bits. Appreciate the support. Thank you so much, Mr. Pigeon. How you guys though? Hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys are having a great week. Are you guys doing okay over there, man? With the fires and all that? Like I didn't know until yesterday that it was like the entire East Coast. I heard there was fires, and I was like, okay, cool. Like the Cali thing, we get fires. And then the smoke is going all over the East Coast. Oh, it's not really impacting you guys. Oh, okay, okay. For whatever reason, I see the pictures with the orange skies, and I'm just like, holy shit. I'm not gonna lie, I see that, and I'm just like, holy crap, dude. This is not looking good. But if you guys aren't being impacted, that's great. Mambas has to clean himself, Gonzo. You know how it be. You know how you shower before you go to bed? I remember when I used to do that. I used to shower before going to bed. And then as I got older, I shower after getting out of bed. He's a Scottish fold, yes. Scottish fold, Scottish fold. Okay, so build supply operating, that's mechatronics. This is fine. He's the best. Mamba's the best. I'm lucky to have him. So we need digging, we need tidying. We have a builder. This guy probably should get suit wearing, to be honest. He is pure black hat. Face the folded ears, only accentuated. Oh, yeah. His ears don't really stick out. Does he have black cat personality? I don't know what that means. Like, yeah, I don't know what that means, man. Oh, no, he's not mischievous. He's actually very... Alright, I don't want to say he's obedient, because that's weird to say for cats, I think. That although if I call for him, he'll come over to me. I wouldn't say is obedient, because I can't do that all the time. But he does listen to me. And another thing is that I don't, like, command him all the time. He knows that if I need him to do something, that he listens. But I don't make him do stuff all the time, though. Like, there was this one time, he does the butt scuttle. I don't know how else to describe it. It's when the cat puts his butt on the carpet and starts dragging it, so he's wiping his butt on the carpet. And I got mad, because then it left some stuff on the carpet. I had to clean it up. So I called him over, and I was like, I pointed at it, and he was like, okay, my bad. It was weird. Copenhagen, what's good? I see you over there. Hope you're doing well. How are you? My Tabby's textbook. Tabby. Call him Play-Doh. I pick him up, and he rolls around like dough. Those cats are great. Mama's the best because he's affectionate. He'll walk up to me randomly and just, like, lick my feet one time and then run away. And then he's always around me as well. I also think I realized what it was with Mamba. I feel like I symbolized a safe spot. 100k Mamba version 6. This is going to be the 6th attempt. Oh, she's very talkative. Mamba is weird. He kind of like... I guess it's because I'm a streamer. It feels weird because it feels like we take turns. He doesn't really talk that much when I'm streaming, but when it's near the end of the stream, so this is like when he's waking up, he starts talking a lot. If that makes sense. Hey, thank you guys for the hype train. Appreciate it, you guys. Thank you for the support. Level 2, let's go. But yeah, Mamba's not really that talkative. He chooses when to be talkative. Alright, I'm gonna pour me out a little bit of some coffee, and we'll get started. So, of course, if you guys are just tuning in, we are doing... There we go. The 100k challenge. Those of you who don't know, the 100k challenge is going to be on the ice cold map, the 100k. And our objectives are going to be Carnivore, Locavore, and Super Sustainable. From cycle 1, we have to do this within the 100 cycles. So, as you can see, we got the cold map. And let's get this started. So, we got to set up the priorities. Disallow. So the reason why I do this is because some of the jobs is very time consuming. And because it's very time consuming, you don't want dupes with low skill to do it. So you want them to be specialized. Some jobs, you know, although that might be true for like builders, building a temp shift play, it's not typically the case. So a lot of the times you want people to help building. We'll probably do it like that. This guy's digging, and then I want him tidying. I guess we could do it like this. And then 2 people running the wheel. We'll have him do miner storing, because no one else is doing it. We don't need farming right now. And then my guy mining needs to be attacking. Alright, pretty good. So, let's see where we're at relative to the map. Okay, space is pretty far away. That kind of sucks. We're pretty much... Oh, we're a little bit left side oriented. The left side's closer to us. We're closer to the bottom than we are to the surface. That's not that good. So, from the beginning, we do not have a optimal start, but it's not bad. That's all right. No geysers at the beginning though. Feels bad. All right, let's set up the schedule. We're gonna add extra hour. I'm sorry, of work, and then we're gonna move the downtime down because you only need 2 hours of bedtime. We have CO2 right here. It's not a lot, so it's actually not too bad. And we do want to dig up a lot of the tile space. Everything else is done, right? The priorities, yeah, the consumables are all set. All right, let's get this started. So, we're just gonna mine out both directions. And for the most part, I probably want to go to the right. And it's because of the rust biome, I probably have my ladder cut short. So these two, pull this out to 20. If I get the supercomputer here, door, I guess we'll get the tile. So we'll bop this by one. This goes out to here. All right, and while we're doing this, I should do this. And then we'll try to get the bathroom set up ASAP. All right, just to get it started. We're not gonna need water. Well, we're gonna need water, but we don't have access to it, unfortunately. Hello, good evening. Nice to drop in on a new run start. Hello, Rumshackle. Hello, how are you? Although this is the beginning of a new run, this is not a normal playthrough. We're playing on a very cold map, as you can see. And this is a modded map, so this is not typically something you'll see on a normal playthrough. Fair warning, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm happy to help. Otherwise, the rules for this are going to be exclamation point 100k. Waiting for the dupes to catch up, though. Lot to do, lot to dig. Oh, there's the hatch. The 7 tiles to the left hatch. The magic hatch. There's my mods. So I use a lot of, for lack of better words, non-game changing mods. So a lot of the mods I use don't change the game at anything. We don't add anything to the buildings. We don't add anything to the mechanics. Everything's intended like the devs intended. The only difference from what I do in the playstyle is we add a little bit of quality to life. So sweep by type is something I think should be base game. You basically get a list to sweep. So you could choose which items you want to sweep. Like there's sandstone right here. I want specifically sandstone. I just click on that. I could sweep this entire pool. But the only thing that gets selected is a sandstone. Pretty convenient. Oh, yeah, DGSM is broken for the people who don't know about load order. If you actually figure out load order, it's actually fine. But yeah, the mod was broken temporarily. Very useful for sweeping eggs. Yes, at the printing pot. Rough Collie is exactly right. One of the things that gets annoying is once you get up to a few hundred cycles, you have a stack of items here from all the printing pot stuff, and your duplicates typically don't really store those unless you tell them to. So you get a lot of stacked items, sweaters, seeds, coal, water, whatever. You'll get a lot of critter eggs as well. And that becomes a problem, man. Not gonna lie. That becomes a problem. But yeah, getting that's pretty sweet. For exactly that reason. Alright, let's try to get this prioritized if possible. That way we could build our first outhouse. A little bit of the CO2 starting to do the thing with the liquefying stuff. We'll probably have to dig out some space for that. Let's do these so that we could have an outhouse built soon. And then we'll probably want this here. Can we get more sandstone? Sweet. If we could get this done, we could use the restroom. Pick up a little bit of, well, I don't want them to be stressed. Oh, that reminds me. We have to move this up. so that they don't, because we're playing on such a cold map, the germs naturally die. So we're not going to have to worry about that. Hey, what's going on? What killed attempt number 5? We didn't find any geysers. So there was no way we were going to keep up. We found 0 geysers on attempt number 4 and number 5. And the thing is that our map modifier was alternative pod location. And I think that made it worse. Because the alternative pod location, I typically don't get that as a map modifier. And I got that on the last 2 attempts. And both the last 2 attempts, I had the worst RNG. Like, I couldn't do anything. I was like, dude, where's the geysers? I couldn't even find a geyser, let alone get water. Good luck with the runs today. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, you guys. But hey, Kevrom, Lord of Heaven, thank you guys for tuning in. I see you guys over there. Right now, we got hypothermia. It happens. Alright, so in the beginning of the 100k challenge run, a lot of what we want to do is more or less the same. It sounds weird, but it's true. Let's create the space here. Yeah, I was all the way on the left, map number 4, and we got nothing. And then the funny thing is on number 5, we spawned on the far right, and we got nothing. Like, we got to the shovels, which is it's not a problem. It's just the fact that, well, you know, we didn't get any geysers. Wait, outhouses are the meta now? Yes. What's going on, Xenosci? How are you? Hope you're doing well. The geysers were on the far right. Yep. What's the definition of insanity again? It's different, though, because there's RNG. Right? There's RNG. I could justify my insanity due to the fact of RNG. Otherwise, all my RimWorld attempts have been for naught as well then. Because I've been failing all these rocket launches on RimWorld. And all I've been doing is just reattempting it. Maybe I am insane. How are you doing though, Xenosci? I see you over there. Hope you're doing well. Cthulhu, welcome on in. For the most part though, the outhouses are to prevent stress. You could do something else to make it so that they don't have as much stress, but I don't think it's worth it to build the Great Hall this early, although you can do that. And the reason is because I don't know if I actually want to build a Great Hall in that area. Because if I do want to build a Great Hall somewhere else, I would have to deconstruct this, and that would waste time. Small things, small things. Alright, it's time to get some of these. Time to get the research in. Let's get this with priority. So we're digging out below the layer so that the CO2, when it liquefies, or because it's CO2, floats to the bottom. That way we don't have to worry about it at all. And when we mine out the solid CO2 right here, it floats to the bottom as well. Now each one of these buried objects right here, the cracks in the tiles, those are all technically food. On a 60% of the time, it's food every time kind of scale. It's a decent amount of food, so that's going to be something we're going to want to dig up as much as we can. And of course, due to the Terra biome going up this way, this is going to be my main ladder. This is about granite, which requires digging skill, so I can't go through that. This ladder is going to get stuck. Otherwise, though, we're going to want to explore left and right. Slime biomes, jungle biomes, and this Terra biome are going to be the biomes we're looking for. And then we're looking for a cool steam vent, if possible. Outside of that, we are reaching to the surface so that we could hunt these shovel babies, as these are the only things that are able to survive in this temperature range. Since we go down to negative 185, and this goes down to negative 200, this is literally the only critter that is alive and stays alive at this temperature. Everything else is dead. You hate to see that kind of thing happen, boys. You really do. Doing great. I just took Tears of the Kingdom inspired hiatus from Oni. got a lot of inspiration, and cranked through 400 cycles the past week. Nice. Hey, man, I know you're motivated to play the game again. I feel like there's a thing where you burn yourself out by getting back into the game that you took a break from initially. You know what I'm saying? I just hope that doesn't happen to you, man. You take a break from Oni, and then when you come back from Oni, you play a lot of it, only to burn you out. And I was like, I hope that doesn't happen, man. I hope that doesn't happen. All right, speed this up. So one of the things we want to look for is finding geysers, and that means we need to explore. Because we don't have water, or we don't have a lot of research options, it's very unfortunate. And because we don't have a lot of temperature, farming is not an option. I'm going to avoid meal prep for now. We're going to grab the jumbo battery. Actually, no. I think we're going to grab... Is there actually something I need from this? I am going to grab jumbo battery, because I will need the power instead of the small battery shenanigans. Alright, and another thing, part of the strat is, since we're trying to do super sustainable, we're going to be trying to grab every dupe possible, as doing super sustainable is a issue of scale typically. What does that mean when people say issues of scale? That means that within our constraints, we're not able to actually produce something of that much quantity, and as a result, we have to get more so that we could actually fulfill the job we're actually trying to do. So we're going to try to scale up dupe size so we could build faster, harvest more, and create more gas. What's going on, buddy? How are you? I see you over there. Welcome on in. Luckily, the reason I took the break was not because of the Tears of the Kingdom, but also because I had designed self-sufficient base on a new permanent planet. Wasn't fun making decisions. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. Micromanaging in Oni is tough, man. I wonder if they're going to try to shift away from that. It'll be pretty cool. Alright, and if you guys are just tuning in, this is a cold map, which is why this is going to be a challenge. There's no water, which means no research. So we're going to be looking for a water geyser if possible. I would like to get there one day, but it makes my head spin. Yo, man, don't worry. This is 100% all experience. All you have to do is kind of experience the things in this game, the problems, the solutions, seeing what's possible. And the more you play, the better you'll get. So don't worry, buddy. If you're worried about this game being a little bit too difficult, let me know. If you got any questions, I'm happy to answer. Water geyser would be top tier. Salt water, cool steam vents. Those are all pretty good. Alright, so there's a lot of things we got to do. Right now we're digging. We're trying to create space. I could grab the supercomputer, but since we don't have water for research, it's kind of pointless. Since we don't have water, electrolyzing is pointless too. And so is the liquid pump. I do want to get a lot of tech though. So I guess I'll get started from the bottom. I'm going to grab this because I do want automation eventually. And I don't think there's anything we need immediately. Hydrogen, minus 171. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Got the rust biome. This is jungle, looking at that long vein of igneous. And this is slime. Okay, so going over here is kind of lucrative due to the fact that there's a good chance we find something we want. But we'll have to see. We'll speed that up, let the dupes do what they need to do. Since the ladders are built, we should probably mine this out. Oh, the hatch died. Feels bad. The hatch died due to cold temperatures. New seed. Yes, new seed. Actually, I have a save that I accidentally let germs from the bathrooms mix for my polluted water. Is there a way to get rid of them without chlorine? Are you playing on the DLC? If you're playing on the spaced out DLC, there is a secondary method that is very easy to do. If not, the only other method is if you go to your database and you go to diseases right here. You have something known as your disease list, and then depending on which germ you have, whether it's food poisoning, slime lung, zombie sports, or floral scent, what you could do is click on this, And then you have something called livable temperature range for the germs. That means if you take the temperature of whatever it is that it's on and you have it lower than -25 or higher than 75 Celsius, you actually could kill the germ. Now, a lot of the times you actually don't need to be that much above. You could just be at -26 or at +76 degrees Celsius. You just need to be outside the range, and the germs die. So I hope that helps. But yeah, if you're on the DLC, there's another method that's a little bit better. And the other method is, I can't show you because my mod that I'm playing on for the Cold Planet is on the vanilla game. But you have something called a radiation in the game. If you click on your overlays up top, you have something called a radiation overlay. For the most part, that's going to be another easy way. So anything that comes in contact with radiation, when you bring up the overlay, there's like a green bubble or a green circle. That radiation will kill germs of anything that's inside that green bubble. So you have basically whatever it is, gas, water. If you just make it so that the water is exposed to the radiation, the germs will die off. And you could click on it too. You click on the building, go to germs, and you'll see the germs on the building, right? Same thing as clicking on this and looking at that. But by looking at that, you could see the germs on the water die off. And I'll tell you how fast. Technically, the radiation method is a lot easier to do. There's a lot of methods too. If you don't have Wheezewort, but you have uranium, that could be another one. You really could just even use shine bugs, to be honest. It's really not that bad. If there's a tile, for example, uranium, do I have to dig it out and place it in the liquid? Uranium... So, the thing about that is that, for your example, technically is no. Because uranium emits radiation and should kill off the germs on it by itself naturally. If that makes sense. You shouldn't have germs on uranium. If you have radioactive contaminants, the radiation is not going to do anything to that. That is the one germ exception. Because radiation causes the radioactive contaminants, so technically that's not really a thing though, unless you're doing a lot of like rocket launching and stuff. But if you have a diggable tile, typically the germs on that does not transfer. Oh, you have hypothermia. Just give them sweaters, dude. Alright, so I'm gonna grab the cook. There's a good chance we're gonna need one. A pure builder and a pure operator does not really seem like it's gonna be that great. So, getting the guy with cuisine is probably not bad. Let's have him cook. And then he does athleticism, no medicine. Okay. And then, what are your other interests? Oh, you're literally suit-wearing cook? Oh, that's so bad. Let's have him do storing, and then tidying, operating. As a minor. That's so bad. Hypothermia is not that bad, though. My dupes have hypothermia. No, he doesn't. Never mind. Oh, you're super new. Yeah, let me know when you don't know, and I could tell you what it is you need to do to kind of start to understand it. Because although I could explain everything to you, you're gonna be better off experiencing it for the first time for yourself, rather than me telling you how the things operate and work. Because that way it's like you get a better understanding. But yeah, just let me know what kind of questions you have. This goes for everyone in chat too. I'm very experienced at this game. I'll do my best to answer the questions. Otherwise though, we're going to be doing the 100k challenge. One wart shouldn't make that much difference, that's true. But if it is too cold, which I don't think it is, chances are it's never going to be too cold, so to speak. But if it is too cold, the Wheeze words wouldn't be working. I doubt that would happen though. This large vein of igneous right here, I think I need to go into. Nothing in the slime. I probably want to keep going down, realistically. And then I want to go out to the side because of the slime biome. And then I want to go all the way up, as much as I can. Add a power, boys. Let's get the jumbo batteries. I want to move into the side if I can. That's not a location thing. That is a settings thing on the internet. So that doesn't really matter. Location doesn't matter for the internet if you think it does. It really doesn't. Or at least something like live streaming like this. I'm actually watching a new series on YouTube, but they've been very helpful breaking everything down. So how to understand things work. Gotcha. Well, show. Then just enjoy the stream. Hopefully you can enjoy it. It's only water. Nope. I don't know what else to tell you, but that's just not the case. How can I tame fish for the achievement to tame everything? You need to use the fish feeder. There's a building known as the fish feeder. In your ranching tab. You breed fish by feeding them. That's how you tame them, if that makes sense. That's true. If you also are looking for some guides, tutorials, or other VOD playthroughs, I'm also on YouTube as well, ! YouTube. If you guys are looking for some help, specifically though, for like, you know, specific questions, you can find me live. Don't forget to like and subscribe, you guys. Y'all know what it is. Alright, slime biome over here. It looks pretty large. Doesn't seem like there's any cool steam, though, nearby. I can't mine the granite yet. I'm waiting for digging skill. Alright, so grab the kill next. This looks like another jungle biome, so I actually do want to see what's on this left side. That's actually looking really lucrative. These are all 4 biomes that I want to look at. The bad news is that it's below us. Ideally, it would be above us. Which is why I want to go up as far as I can. This is looking really nice, though, because then this is in the starting biome. So this is a nice starting biome because it goes up vertically. Those are the best ones for this type of playthrough. Large chunks of CO2. Thousands of kilograms. I want to avoid that. But then this biome has potentially a cool steam vent, which is going to be potentially pretty nice. I want to see this pocket and this pocket, though, because if that's where our water source is, that's actually really good. And then all we have to do is find more water sources and go up to the surface. Spaced Out is worth it. I like Spaced Out. I think it's great. I think the Spaced Out DLC is a very good upgrade. And yo, Grudge Chick coming in with the raid. Thank you so much. Holy heck. Spasibo. Appreciate it, Grudge Chick. Thank you. Playing some Stationeers. There we go, man. How was the Stationeers? Thank you so much for the raid. And I found the other game. It was Riftbreaker. I remember when Gruztrick was playing that when it came out. Riftbreaker. And then, I don't know what happened to Riftbreaker, man. It kind of fell off. It feels bad, man. That was the game I was thinking about last time. But hey, thank you so much for the raid. How was the Stationeers? I see you over there, Gruztrick. If you guys don't know Gruztrick, he also plays a lot of Oni. Does a lot of other science games as well. As you can see, Stationeers, a little bit of Satisfactory, a little bit of Factorio. He's done a little bit of Riftbreaker as well. But, yo, man, check him out. And, of course, don't forget to drop him a follow. But of course, yo, man, thank you so much for the raid, Grushik. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you for that, man. How are you? I'm doing all right, user. Doing all right. It is a decent Thursday, so we're doing another attempt at the 100K challenge. So those of you guys coming in with the Gruz check raid, my name is Legit City, and we're playing some Oxygen Not Included. You guys are probably understanding what we're doing, but the map we're playing on is ice cold. It goes up. You can see that it's 170 Celsius. This is the 100K challenge map. So if you guys played this before, we end up getting to minus 185 and oxygen starts to liquefy up top. And what we're trying to do is do Carnivore, Locavore, and then Super Sustainable. So the problem is Super Sustainable. Getting that much power in 100 cycles, it's tough. And then since you don't have water in the beginning, you can't really research, so that's also tough. But yeah, we're doing a challenge run right now. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I am happy to help. But yeah, there's a little bit of strategy. This is kind of like an extreme playthrough, but I do enjoy it, so I can't really complain. We got to keep going down, of course. We got to explore. Can't really mine granite yet. We need another day before we get the experience. And then once we go this way, we're probably going to want to see what's in the slime as well. It's probably not bad. I do want to continue the mines, though. And I also want to remove the sand. Stationer's alive. It's a good thing. I rest. Have a good start. Appreciate it, Grush Chick. I see you over there. I haven't checked out Stationers. Some people have recommended for me to check it out, though. I just haven't had the time. But yeah. Yo, man. Good to hear. Good to hear. Hope you're doing well as well, Grush Chick. But we'll do our best. This is attempt number 6. We failed a good amount of times already. But one day we'll get this challenge complete. Alright, speed this up. Cycle 5, we're at the very beginnings, and of course, we buried the meats. A lot of food, though, so we're not that worried. No volcanoes. I'm playing without volcanoes. I feel like playing with volcanoes is a little bit too easy, so because of that, I don't want to play with it. Because then if we have a volcano and just warms up the map, it's not really a challenge. Oh, really? That's tough to hear, Eddie. That is tough to hear. You hate to hear that kind of thing happen, man. You really do. So would you not recommend it? You wouldn't recommend checking out Stationers? Because I feel like eventually I will have to check it out. At some point. Okay, so this has gotten down to the bottom. Grab the objects, of course. This is gonna fall down on us. Feels bad. And then we just go this way. I don't have to dig down. This is fine to go straight across. So what we want to do is just reveal the map so we could find geysers. We are geo-active, so it's very likely we should find a geyser. And it shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, we need to find the slime or the jungle geyser. Oh man, you actually write code? Oh, that's insane. That's insane, man. I can't be the beast that Gruzcheck is. I don't think I'd be able to do that, man. I can't do it, man. That sounds tough. I remember when I attempted to make my own video game and I gave up at the drawing board, dude. Just trying to learn a language to translate like my thoughts into a video game. That shit was way too tough. I'm sorry about that. My kitty cam is not adjusted. There we go. He's napping now. Alright, so we know we don't get water, but we need this for the room bonus. What's going on, G? I see you over there. Welcome on in. We got a new run, man. The void on the bed. That's Mamba. The best in the business. The baby Mambas. Y'all know who he is. He needs no introduction. The Mamba's the baddest man in this house. Alright, so a lot of the times in the very beginning, it seems that we're not doing a lot. We're locked out with... Oh, we got the skill points. Okay, we're good. Ellie is the researcher. Harold is digging. Lindsay does... Oh, I need a rancher eventually, right? Yeah, okay. So we'll have her get close. So we'll have her do carrying capacity. And then you're going to be the grill master. Alright, so we'll probably want to get the kitchen grill so we can start cooking the meats. That will get a little bit more calories. I don't know if I want to actually do that, though. Because although that could be kind of nice, it's one of the things where it's like, that's taking away my duplicants' errand time because they're working all day. That makes it so that they don't get the other jobs done, and cooking the meat isn't really necessary. We'll probably get carnivore without cooking it. Maybe I should have... Maybe that could be the strat. If I avoid cooking the meat and I just farm enough meat, we should be fine. Even though we give up, what is it? 25% increase in calories from nothing. I literally stare at the meat and it grows larger. That's kind of crazy to think about. Am I out of copper? Oh, no, I have 15 tons. I was like, how come this is not getting any deliveries? Hurry up. Priority 9. But hey, Grudge Check, appreciate it once again, man. If you guys don't know Grudge Check, check him out. Drop him a follow. But yo, man, appreciate the raid. Thank you for raiding the community over to share with ours. So this 4 tiles, 4 tiles. And then it's 4 tiles, 3, 4. And then from here, we go up. 4. And then like that. Okay, so that's going to be our floor spacing. A lot of the times I want to stay in the starter area. Oh, what's this? Oh, this is the sonium synthesizer. Okay, so it doesn't load in until we actually reveal this window. So unless I want to reveal that, this is actually fine. There's a good chance this biome just goes like this, so this is kind of screwed. This is snow, so this is an ice biome. I actually don't want to go left anymore. If anything, I want to go south. That's going to probably be this ladder, which is fine. I do hope this is the run. I hope so too, man. I hope so too. Alright, so we got the oxygen mask, which is going to be very lucrative. This is going to be something that we worked out so that it should be better for us. We're going to grab the electrolyzer because that is something we're going to need eventually. So what we're probably going to do is want to reach the top, and then we're going to decide whether we go left or right, and then put our masks there. And the reasoning for that is because we need the rancher, right? That's going to be you. Travado, welcome on in, buddy. The build tidying was not bad, but we need a rancher. And the reason why we need him now is because he needs to level up to get ranching. And that's going to take time. Building temp shifts just spread the temperature, right? It averages out the temperature based off of the thermal conductivity of the material that you use. So the benefit of the temp shift plate is that you get to override the conductivity. You don't override it. You just affect it in a positive manner, is probably the best way to describe it. So when you click on a sandstone, your conductivity is 2.9. If you get something like a steel temp shift plate, you take on the properties of steel, which has a conductivity of 54. That is 27 times more conductive. It's a little bit less than that because it's 2.9 instead of 2, right? Than sandstone. So that means the sandstone will heat up or cool down faster. So it spreads the temperature. It more so averages it though, and it's only effective the tiles around it. So if you build a temp shift on this tile, right? Let me rebuild that. If you build a temp shift and that's this tile, right? Because the temp shift is only 1 tile by 1 tile. It affects only these tiles around it and the tile that it sits on. So that means everything else around it is unaffected. However, a lot of people, what they do is they chain temp shift plates. This allows you to basically average out a larger area like this. And this is actually why people put temp shift plates in their steam turbine room. Sometimes the steam at the top is cooler than the steam at the bottom because of how the water drops to the floor. But that's how that works. Uglarvis, welcome on in. I see you over there. Amazing how you could tell for ice biomes, even though the temperature would be the same. Yeah, it's true. That's the thing. You have to kind of like gauge the biomes by looking at the composition, because everything is literally same temperature. Just missed your explanation. Why did you build bathroom and sink? Don't all germs just die? They do, but the duplicants still get stress. When they don't use a bathroom, they get the status debuff made a mess. And that is a 20% stress modifier on the dupe. That's going to be stacked on top of walking on liquid CO2. So they're going to get sopping wet. They're going to be chilly surroundings. And all that's going to add up to stress. Since I didn't want to deal with that, the alternative to deal with the stress is to build a room known as the Great Hall. And we would have to beeline for something known as the Ice Statue. Right here. And then by doing it like that, it kind of sucks. Oh, the sink. Yeah, I needed it for the room bonus. So I just have one. So I want to pick up the one morale. That's really the only reason why we have one sink, and it's disabled. So if you guys didn't know, that's an easy way to get a lot of room bonuses. You build the required buildings. Even if you don't need it, you could disable the building to still get the bonus. Hello Dusk, welcome on in. I see you over there. Uglarvis, you too, man. Hope you guys are doing well. But yeah, room bonus is really good. So a lot of the times I actually do this with the Great Hall by building a water cooler and then disabling it so we don't use the water. Yep, I disable my water cooler. That is the... I want to hope that is probably the best pro tip to give new players. You could disable buildings in a room to still get the room bonus, and this is really good for something like a Great Hall. You gotta say it like that. What's going on, Andre? I see you over there. Hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. No germy water accidents. Yeah, man. Imagine accidentally taking a sip of the drink and then someone peed in it, dude. That would have been gross. That would have been gross, just saying. This is the run for sure. Hey, man. I hope so, too. That's all I gotta say. I hope so, too. How are you, though, Andre? How you doing today, man? Hope you're doing well. So there is one thing that's making me feel a little bit better. It's the fact that we have geoactive, so we have more geysers. So it's a higher chance we run into one. So hopefully we find the geysers we want. And then we reach the shovels in time. I don't disable my water cooler. Makes me feel badass. This guy has water, dude. Can you send me a cup? I want to start doing some research. Need a little bit of water for that, man. Is the suit the only solution to popped eardrums? So popped eardrums happens when you have high gas pressure. When you put your overlay to gases and then you hover over the gas, you can see the value in grams. You can see right here on this tile, this is 1,162 grams, right? Popped eardrums happens when you're above 3,500 grams, I believe. If you go over 3,500 grams, you start getting popped eardrums. So that means you could do two things. You could either try to control your gas pressure by using regular gas vents that cap out at 2K, so you never go above the 3K. Or you make them wear suits, just like what you're saying. But a lot of the times that is a technique because of the fact that you need to manage your gas pressure a little bit better. Yeah, these guys are about to get stuck. Harold's trying to kill Turner. I'll see you guys over there, man. Alright, so we come down here and there's nothing. Man, I'm getting like no luck. Gotta go all the way down. Let's go. This is a aluminum biome. I'm pretty sure this is aluminum biome. We don't get igneous like that on the Terra biome. I found isolated chlorine vent. I was gonna use it to clean germs. Nice. I mean, that works if that's what you want to do. I think we do want to go this way. And then I want to see what's on the side. Now, because of how experience points works, the pressure is 5 kg, overpressurized. Oh, okay, nice. Oh, is that how you got popped eardrums? Is that how you got popped eardrums? Makes sense, makes sense. Alright, alright. So, although it looks like we're not getting much done, I think this is fine because we are going through the buried objects. And then we're doing a lot of the jobs that are nearby in the area, so it's not that bad in a sense, because we're maximizing EXP gain for the skill points. And technically, we're still exploring by doing this. Oh, natural gas. I saw this pulse. I was like, oh, cool steam vent. And then it was orange. And I was like, damn, who farted? Alright. We tried, boys. That was one of them. That was not it, though. This is polluted oxygen. Polluted oxygen. Polluted oxygen. Still warm, though. It's 140 negative. It's cold, fam. It's cold. And the reason why I asked if the suit is the only way because I can't make them, and there is no reed fiber on the asteroid. Oh, do you have Drekos? If you have these guys, the ones with the white fur, you could shave the fur to get reed fiber. So you could ranch them, and then put a shearing station inside the ranch. And then that way you'll be able to do that. Why do I only get 50% of the mass of a tile my people dig? That is a normal mechanic. That's how the game works. There is no reasoning for that outside of that just being just the way it is. It's like every time you chop down a tree in Minecraft, you don't get like a full stack of wood. You get a couple pieces of the log, and then you gotta convert that into planks. And then you barely get like a stack of twigs. I mean, sticks because of that. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. You just, that's just how the mechanic works. But yeah, now that you know that, you are going to be better off knowing that you should melt ice. A lot of the times, if you need water, if you mine the ice, you cut the mass in half, just like you're saying. So you're better off to melt the ice if you want all of the water, if that makes sense. So that's the reasoning things like that exist, so that you might be more careful with the digging commands. That being said, not everything could be melted, so something like algae you can't melt, you just have to dig it up. Nothing you could do with that, unfortunately. Oh, there's still a couple still living. So man, they're tanks, dude. The Drekos are little. The Drekos are actually top tier. I would actually say they're top tier. I think top tier critters include Pips, Shovels, Drekos, and Paku. Everything else isn't really bad, but they're not as great as those 4 core critters, I think. Drekos give you plastic, long life, so breeding them is not bad. And then Pakus are just great all around. Great food source, best source of lime. That's not from a fossil. In before I ran out of O2, but I wanted a max input of resources. So now I'm stuck with a bunch of liquid iron. That's a thing too. Yeah, technically that's a thing. You gotta watch out when you min-max in this game. That's true. Alright, let's go this way. I want to explore a little bit deep into the fog while we go up still. I have a plug slug ranch, but I'm unsure what to do with them aside from powering my base at night. Honestly, plug slugs are not that great. They're not that great. Dude, I should do a plug slug challenge. Make a colony playthrough where we only power the colony via plug slugs. And that's the only way we get juice. And then our objectives would be just doing the tear. I would hate that because I hate plug slugs. Because when they morph into the other versions and they break your liquid locks, that's freaking frustrating. But that could be an interesting... Yeah, your metal reserves, man. My metal... I would need to find, like, the metal planet ASAP to feed them. Or I would just have to wild ranch them all day. I even have a variation. The sucks in unbreathable gas, but the slugs aren't producing enough hydrogen. Oh, hey, that works. They work together. That's actually pretty funny. I didn't consider that. The plug slugs work together. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. Plug slugs, I'm not a fan of it. Oh, Turner, someone save him, please. Next level, if something can be done with the critter, it has to be done with the critter. Wow, so I could only farm with pips? Oh, man. I could only create natural tiles with shovels. I can only filter out polluted water with Paku. That would be the ultimate meme, dude. Holy shit. You could only filter polluted water with gulpfish. That'd be a horrible freaking challenge. How often do we filter out polluted water, man? We as Oni players. Imagine not allowed to do that. Oh, God. I'm just thinking about that. Oh, God, man. That does not sound like what we would call the business. You would have to pump water and gas with the plug slugs, yeah. You wouldn't be able to build actual bathrooms until you have a plug slug ranch. Wait a second. Wait a second. Is that possible? You would have to get dirt, yeah. Okay, so it is possible. Wait, no. Hold up, there's gonna have to be some, like, rules with that. Because technically you could kill a gulpfish while it's filtering water to get the water in bottled form. And that technically circumvents having to use a pitcher pump. But I'm not gonna wait fucking 50 cycles to get that before I start doing supercomputer research, man. Real talk. I'm not about to set up I can't set up a ranch. Because that requires me to pump out water. That's so stupid, man. I have to wild transform a plug slug into the sponge slug so that I could kill it to get a bottle of water. So the problem with that is I have to wait for that to lay an egg first, too. Dude, what kind of challenge is this, man? It's getting out of hand. At that point, it's just, yo, man, I didn't sign up for this. Yeah, it sounds painful, man. Oh, no. Pretty amazing that we do all these things with critters, no machinery needed. Honestly, that is what makes Oni a good game. That's part of the reason why. If you're looking to make a video game, you want to have alternative options given different circumstances. That's how you make a good game. When everything becomes a let's just calculate everything in the equation kind of a thing, it starts being more of a prep game than it is actually playing the game. And to that point, I'm just not a fan of that. I'd just rather just play the game. I mean, I get the prep too. It makes sense. It, for lack of better words, kind of validates what we're trying to do. In a sense that, oh, it's possible. So let's try to build the build. But at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like, it could really much take a video game and turn it like the wrong way. I think the pump would have to be allowed because they don't intend for you to get bottled water by killing critter. That's true. But the challenges have to be painful. Evil roar and laugh. So that's how we know that we are not actually going to attempt this run. That's going to be a donation incentive. the critter trials. We're not going to do that for free. Feels bad, buddy. We'll see you in a little bit. Alright, let's speed this up. So, we got to keep mining. Not really using a lot of power yet, which is fine. And we're still trying to get as many dupes as we can while reaching the surface. We're getting this tech next. I don't even have... Oh, no, I do. So the only thing I wouldn't have is insulated, which is fine. Okay. Yeah, we'll still grab this. I think we'll be fine. Alright, so while we do have to mine out all the space in between, we're going to probably set up a room right here for the oxygen masks so that our dupes can go here and keep going up. And the reason why is because the higher up we go from here, the oxygen starts to liquefy. And that's a bad thing because the duplicants can't breathe in liquid water. You guys know how that works. So, you know, unless we grow gills, I don't think it's going to be a good thing for us to go up top without oxygen mask. So we're going to try to do that. And then speed this up. Doesn't look like there's anything down there. This is the vanilla map, so it's a much larger map size. But still, I haven't found anything yet, which is kind of scary. The geysers are going to be the lifeblood of the run. Welcome back, welcome back. So we know this is abyssalite, so chances are this is probably going to go in like this. There's no way this goes out, right? And this is a huge slime biome. Is this still part of DLC? No, this is vanilla game, man. This has never been part of the DLC. Technically, I should just mine this out. And then, yeah, we'll just sacrifice a little bit of the algae there. So because of the fact we're on the classic map, I actually don't have to worry about running out of algae. Oh, this is very unbreathable. Alright, let's set this up. And then I want to mine this down. Oh, that means everything falls down here. I guess that's fine. You see how all the dupes sleep together? That's going to be something we're going to need beds for later on. One of the things later on is that once we find a heat source, the duplicants are going to sleep next to it. So they're going to sleep next to the geyser if they have access to it. So we're going to need beds later on so that we could anchor them in a certain location. The travel in this game, although it's something that a lot of people don't really look at, it's actually pretty important. Travel ruins a lot of how much productivity the dupes could give you. The more you're spending just running, the worse it is. As the duplicants don't get anything done. It's tough. Because a lot of the times, simple task of building the ladders like this take forever. Because the duplicant will mine out one tile, supply the one tile, and then build the one tile. All on individual trips. Which means that overall, this takes like 5 times as long. Then digging it out first, and then building a ladder afterwards. One of those Oni problems. They don't think it'd be like it is, but it do. Another thing I do want to do is go this way. And the reasoning for that is going to be because this is the salt biome. There's a chance there's a saltwater geyser here. I want to check that out. We went this way. We got nothing. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I see the abyssalite coming down. So this probably goes up like this. Which means there's nothing up here. Oh, man. That means I need to go to the right. I probably need to go through the granite and dig down here. Still need to do this though. I'm gonna hope for the good luck before we go this way. And then another thing is, I know that we need to mine this out just for gas flow. That's always gonna be needed. I should do it here as well. Hello, what's going on, Jay Walker? How are you? Welcome on in. Hello, hello. Okay, so the salt water goes like that. This probably goes like this. Which means that the jungle cap, I actually wouldn't know. Okay. So I do want to go this way. I want to check it out, so let's build out some stuff so to get that ready. And then we could go to here. go through the igneous because it's soft, and then once we get out, we could climb up natural ladders. Algae we don't need. Another rancher would be not bad. Oh, but he's a bottomless stomach. That's gonna be a pain. Good, mate. New map, I see. Love Oni. Yeah, man. New 100k challenge map. This is attempt number 6. And we're doing a new strategy where instead of trying to hope that we pray to the RNGesus and get all the geysers we need, we're gonna supplement a little bit of the RNG with duplicates. So hopefully that's gonna make it easier for us. This guy with tier 3 digging is a little bit too strong. I'm not gonna lie. But it wouldn't be bad. Mouth breather, you know, just chilling. The only problem is operating ranching is a lot better. Bottomless stomach, though. It's probably fine. Alright, so this guy is going to be ranching operating. This guy's a rancher. Oh, Travado never got set up. Doctor and tidy. Okay, so Travado is going to be doing the tidy. There we go. We'll do it like that. Alright, we need research still. So there's a lot of preemptive tech for us to grab and even do early research. I will grab the ice statue because I can. And I don't want to put the supercomputer down due to the fact that I don't know if we're going to have it there yet. And then we're going to set this up. We're going to run wheels like this so that we could use this as a battery bank. Eventually, once we get more dupes, we're going to want more people running, right? As much as we can. So ideally in the biomes, I'm looking for something that's kind of like an awkward pocket. Because while you will have little pockets like this in the slime biome, a open pocket without something floating on the inside would potentially mean that there's a geyser. This is a aluminum biome. That's pretty bad. This is a hot slime. Okay. Okay. This is all igneous, nothing bad. Zero Dragon, welcome on in. I see you over there. Hope you're doing well. How are you? Hello, hello. Welcome on in, you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are having a great Thursdays today. Alright, so we will need more oxygen, so gonna get this set up basically. Now, we gotta dig this out first, so I'm gonna wait for that. So while the dupes are doing... Oh... There's... Oh, you almost slept in the light. Harold, dude. Almost self-debated. The dupes are smart. Look at how they sleep right outside the range of the light. Smart dupes, man. Smart dupes. Oh, this curves in? Oh, it feels bad. That means the rust biome, it's potentially kind of tall. I don't like tall rust biomes. Rust biomes are not the business. Alright, so I don't want to crack this open. So this is going to be one of my walls. Or one of my tunnels, I think. They go straight up. Ideally, though, I would want my ladder here. That might mean we do a weird path. That actually might mean exactly that. Oh, that's gonna suck. We'll have to wait for this to be dug out for... Oh, we got printables. Drywall, let's go. Let me get a drywall. Let me get the dry... We got the drywall, boys. Let's go. Pastel blue. Gotta collect them all. Drywalls are the best blueprints to get. In my opinion. That way we could decorate the rooms a little bit more fancy. Gotta get all the drywalls though, boys. Y'all know what it is. Alright. So we gotta dig this out. Breathability is kind of bad. Let's have the priority be a little bit up there though. So that this is a little bit lower, which is fine. 50,000 cake cows. We got the research done right now. Let's get in the... there's no way we get water soon yet, right? So, yeah, let's keep grabbing necessary tech for insulated tiles. Gloves to match the name. I have to check mine. Purple gloves. Why are steam vents cool when it's like 70 Celsius? Because there's another version of the steam vent that's at 500 Celsius. So relative to the other steam vent, it's considered cool. They're both releasing the same element of steam. So you just haven't found Big Brother yet, dude. You gotta stop picking on the kids on the playground. Big Brother's gonna come in and whoop your ass, dude. Yeah, I knew it. The rust biome goes up like that. Damn it, man. That's not good. Alright, it is what it is, though. So we see that there's nothing here, more or less. This is gonna cap off, and this is a dead biome. So this is not gonna hurt, not really gonna help us. So let's mine this out, and let's mine this out. We gotta do a couple things here. We're gonna reverse a oxygen mask setup. And then this is probably going to mean I want airflow tiles here. Get this for oxygenization. Gonna need it. Need the dupes to be working. Nice, nice. Okay, so they're all right here. I should try to prioritize the tough tiles. Hakios, I see you over there. Welcome on in. So we went this way, this way, this way, this way, and we got nothing. Want to go that way. I feel like there's a chance we get something over here. I feel like if it is down there, though, we might lose because it's so far away. Let's see, though. Let the dupes work. Take care of the business here first. Acorn, excellent fruit, free food, can't be mad. Oh, this keeps going in? Huh. So this one is about finding a way to get liquid water, right? Yeah, getting liquid water fast enough, and then getting everything else also in a timely manner so that you could continuously scale, so that you could get the... this ends right here. Okay, this is a dead dig. It's pointless now. And then once you scale up fast enough, you could maintain a colony size to get super sustainable in a timely manner. But yes, finding water and also getting super sustainable, which is going to be the toughest part of the challenge, technically. I feel like I shouldn't go down this way. Alright, so we're going to work on this. We get the airflow, so we're going to want that here. And then we're going to have the ladder way go up this way. So this means we're not going to have to do that. Have them jump down. Duplicants are 0 IQ. And then we're going to put the oxygen masks right here. We'll probably continuously mine this out for the metal. I'm hoping the cool steam vent's up here, man. That'd be amazing. How is it that I haven't found a covered geyser yet, though? That's actually pretty impressive again. I feel like I just have bad geyser RNG today. Well, not today, just in general. It's felt like that, man. Ideally, we want this. Nice. Now we could do this, and then I could just trim the top now for free. Alright, this ladder is probably going to go away. Let's have our docks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then for now, we'll get rid of these 3. We can still make it up, right? So it's fine. Little bit of a lag of O2 up here, but I think once we don't have these guys here, it's going to be a little bit easier. So by doing this, I could ladder up where I want to. So I want to ladder up basically here. Alright, we can set that up. Hopefully it's going to be nice. Now, we don't need this hooked up yet. That will be something we will need, but we don't need that yet. And I need to think about how I want to do this. We'll probably use a space right below. Funny enough. To pump the suits. Oh, we got another one? Dude, we just got one. Hey, back-to-back magma wedge. Let's go. Double drywall. Clay, thank you for listening to my pleas for more drywall blueprints. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Dude, I got that fast, man. ASAP. They know, man. Yo, man. Dude, legit's playing today. Gotta make sure he gets the drywall, man. Nicely done. Always lucky, man. That's what they call in the business streamer luck, I believe. A very sought after RNG blessing. And I believe it could be hip with the kids. Alright, we're gonna need a crafting station. We'll just have one right here. Can I rotate this? I can't. Alright. So 7, 8. I'll probably don't need more than 8. And then we are not gonna need anything weird. I will want to do tiles though. We winning today? I don't know, man. 11 out of 100 so far. So 10% of the way in, I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet. Maybe though, XCage, maybe. I'm just not sure as of right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Technically, I want to do this. Can heavy watt wire not connect to auto doors? You're talking about mechanized airlocks? That's going to be this one. I believe you cannot use heavy watt wire because they cannot go through doors. That means you're going to have to use the variation that can, which is going to be the conductive wire right here, or the regular wire, which you start off with. And that means you also have to use transformers. Otherwise, you're going to overload your power, and that's going to be bad. Alright, we're going to make a box. This box is going to be specifically for oxygen pumping. And then we're going to have this. Due to what it is, I think it's probably best to have an airflow here. No, this is probably going to end up being a fire pole, to be honest. And then once we do that... No, actually, this might want to be so that we can make a fire pole on the left side. And then we need to start doing the dig command here. So... let's go like this. And we cancel that. Yeah, so it's like this. So I'm doing what's known as a natural ladder. You could dig in this pattern, basically. And it becomes a climbable ladder frame for your duplicates to just continuously dig. And then by putting the ladders in between like this, it becomes a little bit easy for us to basically explore vertically. A lot of the time, this is the go-to strat. Yeah, I got those. I didn't know what to do with those transformers. The info that explains them kind of not get processed. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's a little bit weird, but once you start playing around with it and understand what it's like supposed to be doing, it gets easier. But yeah, from the get-go, it's hard for me to really go like, oh yeah, it was done. That's how it's supposed to be done. Like, yeah, it was kind of jank, man. I'm gonna be real. It's kind of jank. We're all learning, man. Wait, how does Hatch get inside? He was not supposed to be inside. So this was supposed to be my pump design. So that way we just pumped the for the masks. Oh, that's where the freaking fossil is. Okay. Other ones right here, ice. Okay, this is a false magma biome, and then this is true. This is in a Terra biome at the bottom of the map. Wow, what are the chances? Okay. So far, not good. Alright, so it looks like I probably move to the left and continue up the ladder this way. Oh, that's a geyser. Oh, shit. Oh, I can't see it. Oh, man, that's not good. Okay, so I do want these two. And then that's going to continue up. Nice. So I want to go to the left. Okay, maybe we go a little bit more to the left. And that means we could do this. Which probably means we do that. And then this is probably a ladder here. I don't want to get into this because if this melts, and it probably wouldn't, it's going to be a problem. But that could be the geyser I need, man. We'll have to see. Haven't played this in a while and I'm lurking. Sorry if I repeat the info, but how to get visibility in those spots way out from the start. These? E-records? Are you talking about these right here? This is part of the story trait. When you find one of them, it uncovers the other ones. So that's part of a story trait if you haven't seen it. This is the ancient specimen. So basically, if you find one of the archaeology sites, you find the other archaeology sites because they're tied together. And then by doing it that way, now the reasoning is because this is a old archaeology site from the old dupes before Oni takes place, basically. They're one of the abandoned sites, like the story trait stuff, so that's just one of them. Oh, cool. Yeah. So it's really just that simple. The new story trait you probably missed out on. But yeah, nothing crazy after that. Alright, so what geyser is this? I want to do this dig command, because I'm pretty sure by doing this, we get to see the geyser. Let's go, Harold! Tell me what that is. Climb up. What is this? Oh, complete doo-doo. Oh, man. Natural gas. Actually just complete doo-doo, man. How you gonna do this to me? Alright, so that's useless. So far, no geysers. The one we found is kind of doo-doo. We gotta continue, though, right? So, of course, we gotta continue the pattern. We know where it's supposed to be. And then this is, of course, the ladder. And then we have to fill in between. Is that one giant slime biome to the right side of base? Yep. One giant slime biome, top to bottom. So which ones are acceptable? Which one do you mean, Hakios? Oh, geysers. We're looking for a hot water source. Steam vent, cool steam vent, saltwater geyser, water geyser. Hydrogen geyser because of the achievements. Those would be the specific ones that I'm looking for, yeah. This is... Oh, this is aluminum, and then this is a jungle biome. Okay. Get to see what's there. Alright, the polluted oxygen might be an issue. Oh, I'm gonna need a separate power system for these guys. We could just do it right underneath, actually. Alright, and then that's gonna connect to the bottom, and then we'll get a little bit of juice for those guys. Shouldn't be too bad. Alright, so we need this, we get that. Jungle, ice, aluminum. Nothing here. More aluminum. Dude, where's my water geysers? I've had games where I spawn next to a water geyser. And now I'm getting this type of game, which... just getting very unlucky. Probably just grab this guy. Having a little bit of trouble building at the moment, so all around builder. Come on, Devin. See you over there, buddy. I want to build this floor out, but I know it's probably going to take away from their labor going up top. Oh, and I haven't made this yet. We need to make 8 masks. Alright, so my guy is no longer digging due to the fact that they're waiting for the ladder to be built, so that's fine. At this point, I think we just have them start creating space. It's things that would be nice to be done. We'll have that. Yeah, we'll do some digging right now, I think. Here. I probably don't reach the majority of this. I can't. That ruins the achievement. The achievement is super sustainable if you've ever done it. You can't use anything that creates a CO2 byproduct. So I will probably want to preemptively do ranching, but it's probably not necessary. So because of the achievement I'm doing, super sustainable, I can't, if that makes sense. The natural gas is not hot. You probably weren't there when I said that it spawns at negative 140, because the area is way too cold for it. You could refine ethanol, right? I could. Wait, no. You can't use the petroleum gen. You can't use the petroleum gen. Using the petroleum gen means that you're using the refined ethanol. In that case, you cannot. You could make ethanol, but you can't use the ethanol. But to answer your question, Gonzo, no, you cannot. Because it's not actually as hot as you think it is. So technically, no. We're not able to use natural gas. There's just not enough thermal energy. Anything with CO2 byproduct, that's a generator. I gotta read the fine print, man. Has to also be a generator. Technically, dupes fall into that category. Right, they breathe in the O2, breathe out the CO2. Duplicants, the original polluters. Doesn't that mean we as humans are polluters as well? Feels bad, man. Yeah, and the other maps, a lot of the geysers were under. So here's the thing. It becomes a little bit tough when it's below us, and although we could go explore that now, it doesn't really benefit us because we technically need to reach the surface to get to our food source. So because of that, I don't want to go down because I want to reach the top of the map first by cycle 25. That's kind of what I need to have done. Once I get to that, I can start exploring. But if I don't do that and I explore and I get water and I start doing other stuff, I lose. It sounds weird, but I literally lose when I do that. Because I've done that strat before. You run into this problem where people start dying. Because at a certain point, you're just not able to keep up with the food. That's the best case solution. Exploring to the other sides, I get the idea. I've done it before. It's just not going to work. Humans, polluters, never. Hey, man. They don't think it be like it is, but it do. We do be like that, though, sometimes. You just hate to see it. I see you over there, Ryax. let me know if you have any questions. Alright, so these aren't getting done. Fire pole could be something we might want to research too, for a little bit of faster travel. And then we're on the first half of that. Okay, we'll start getting ready insulated tile then. Oh, there we go. Hey, there we go. Doing good. Okay, so another thing I do want to do to help pressurize this. Actually, no. This should be good enough. I was thinking maybe we could try to pressurize the polluted oxygen from coming down by just putting a pump here. Oh, you're a chronic lurker. Hey, man. Appreciate it. Nice to meet you. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. And, dude, hope you enjoyed the stream. Alright, speed this up. Missing the research station, which is fine. Let's deliver the suits, though. And then we can start getting a checkpoint in, and then they're not going to take as long to do the stuff. Because they're going up and down, I think. Oh, no, they don't have to, actually. I was going to say they're catching their breath. Now, we're going to mine this out, too, because this is going to be a ladder pole later. And then we're probably going to need a shovel ranch, which we'll probably have in the slime biome right here. Makes the most sense. I do need to build a ladder up first, though. And then, probably want to go like this. And then I just have to crack through the abyssalite. Realistically, though, I'm going to get up here first, and then we're going to scout before we decide whether we go to the jungle or the forest biome. I probably want to go through the jungle, because there's a good chance we find the water source inside there. I don't think we would have it, like, right here, right? I mean, there's a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance. Okay, let's mine that way and check it out. Alright, more buried objects that we might have to mine up soon just due to the fact that our food is running low. Which is why we're trying to get to the surface. Our food's running low and our calories are in the tiles right here. All the buried objects. So we technically have food still. I just kind of want to find water. Technically, let's uproot these. That's free food, guaranteed. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could mine these, because they're right there. Shouldn't be too bad. A couple of vacuum tiles won't take away my chlorine, will it? What do you mean? Vacuum tiles? Since you're a new player, it depends how you build them. Oh, another geyser. Iron volcano. Okay. Okay, buddy. That's totally what I need. So the volcanoes, man, I mean, that does hold a lot of heat. The problem with the volcanoes is that you can't control whether they make steam or water when you drop the ice in it. And it becomes this weird, stupid balancing act where your dupes are getting burned. And it doesn't make sense because we're playing a 100k challenge. Like, why are my dupes getting burned on a 100k challenge? It's one of those things that just feels weird. Let's make this priority so we can start moving the masks. I have a room that I want exclusively to be chlorine. I've been preparing ahead of time by sucking out all other gas, which made a couple of vacuum tiles. Oh, that is the best way to get a gas in a room by itself. Now, a lot of the times, you also want a liquid lock. Did you do that as well? But yes, what you're doing is correct, and what you're supposed to do if you actually want to have one room with only one gas. So you're doing good. Alright, so there's no water geyser here. We mined that out. We see now. We see that there's a geyser here. I just don't know if that's what we want. I think what we do is we just continue up. And then I don't have abyssalite mining. I lied. Harold has it. Let's go. No, but I've isolated to where no dupes have access. So the duplicate access point, it's really marginal. You don't really need to do that. The chlorine doesn't affect them. They just have to rub their eyes a little bit. And they run a little bit slower. Otherwise, it's very marginal on effect. That being said, you want a liquid lock because otherwise, if you can't go in and out and you can't build anything inside, there's no point of having a chlorine room then, right? If you can't interact with it. So a lot of the times you want a liquid lock so that the gases don't mix when you go in and out of the room, because the doors don't stop that. Even though the doors are called airlocks, they do not prevent gases from going through. Gases will go in and out as if they were normal. So because of that, I don't know if you got that confused, but yeah, you gotta watch out for that. All right, we got suits in. That's not bad. Let's get the station for the suit mask. All right, and then we're gonna need a couple other things. This is 360, so this is probably fine. Let's go out this way. This comes up, and then I am gonna start needing refined metal. So we're just gonna start building with this. And the reason why I want it here is because I might actually switch the power consumer from here to here, maybe. We'll have to see. Speed this up, climb this up. This is looking all right. Ladder here, ladder here. Okay. I'm thinking because the geysers are probably going to be clustered together, there's maybe another geyser here. So I'm going up into the jungle forest biome. There's probably... Oh, I see it. Yeah, there's a geyser here. Yeah, there's another geyser right here. All right, we're going to see what's right there. Either way, though, we'll probably have to go through it. Cycle 14, we're near the surface. The surface is... So this is space. This is actual space, and this is probably regolith. So above this biome, if it's large enough, it's going to be space, or should be. Fingers crossed. Dude, hydrogen, water... There's so many good geysers. Oh, this is hot oxygen. This is jank. Hot polluted oxygen. That's such a meme. I don't even know if I want to actually open that. Oh, there's an ice biome between this and the surface. That's fine. All right. Oh, there's another geyser right here, though. Oh, -10 salt water. Come on, dude. That freezes when I desalinate it, and I can't desalinate it without water. Oh man, it's hot. It is. It's ice basically. Yep. I get an ice dispenser. Man, dude, what's up with my geyser luck? I mean, we didn't lose yet though. We just haven't won yet either. Okay, so theoretically, in this position, we keep going up, and I think this ladder's fine, but I think what we want to start doing is exploring left and right from our base. Because at this point, going up and trying to get it was because we need to go up. Everything else we're going to do is going to be supplemental to that now. Okay. So this is fine. We know where we want the setup. Right here. So we want to line this up. Chances are... I want to do it on this side, but the chances are they're not going to give that to me. So we'll do it on this side. All right. Might be two separate clusters. Maybe. We'll move up and see. Because we still have to reach the surface, so we still have to do this anyways. And then we need to probably start counting geysers. We only have 16 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're already 25% of the way through. We found 4 geysers. They're all garbage. You hate to see that kind of thing happen, boys. You really do. I'm confused. I thought it says temperature set to 100K. I see over the wire, Yum. I mean, it spawns at 500, but it probably gets chilled down immediately. Dude, man, I haven't found a single freaking geyser. This is stupid, man. I feel like it is so weird. When I first started attempting the run, it felt like the RNG was in my favor and that it wasn't going to be that bad to get a good run. But now that I've figured out a little bit more of the strategy to make it work for how I want to play it, it feels like they're not giving me the good RNG that I need, man. They're not giving it to me. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 12 more geysers because we have geoactive. The messed up part was that if I didn't have geoactive, we would be 33% of the way through the geysers. Oh, man. It'd be like that sometimes. The first one was the best. I feel you with that. We had some good runs in the beginning. So the reason why I haven't built a supercomputer station is because once we actually have water, we're going to want to build a supercomputer next to the water source. Otherwise, the water is going to freeze while we're moving it, and that's not going to be good. Let's get some of the other tech in that we need, like that one. It says that even if we plant the same seed, you have different biomes and vents. Yes, the seeds are never identical if you haven't played this game long enough. The seeds, even if you share them, it gives you roughly the same generation, but it's never identical. And even if you were to replay, your same seed is never going to be identical. Some seeds will keep the geyser locations where they're at. Some seeds will shuffle the locations, and you wouldn't be able to tell. Basically, I played a playthrough before where I couldn't find my last geyser. So people of chat asked for my seed. I gave it to them. And then when they looked up where the geyser was and I went to look for it, it wasn't there. And then they showed me the screenshots and I was like, I believe you. That just means that, you know, the seed generation isn't identical. So yes, that is always going to be the case. And you will never be able to play on the identical map your friends are playing. It's just roughly close, but you'll never be identical to what they're doing. That's the thing with this game. I don't know if that's intended. I don't know if that's part of like map generation. I don't know. But all I know is that, yeah, that's how this game works. My dupes are sparkle streaking. First time. Oh, nice. That's a great overdraw reaction. Unless they give you the save file. That's true. That's true. Getting the save file is totally different. It's a feature, not a bug. That could be a map generation feature, honestly. They could actually mean that. It's just, you know, kind of jank. Yeah, it also means every map's unique. Oh, dang, it's really good to know. Yeah, so if you guys used to use the website, does anyone know, what was that called? The World Gen website? Back in the vanilla game, they made a World Gen, tools not included, yeah. They made a World Gen database for Oxygen not included, where people could upload their seeds and a screenshot of their seed so that they could share with other players. And then it would break down like a list of geysers on the map. And then that way, if people wanted to play with specific geysers, they could probably just load up the seed. It's still up, yeah. But yeah, that's the thing with that. It's like, although it says that, and that's where the things are, it's not actually true to its name. It's not perfect. It's like 90% accurate. But yeah, it's only ever 90% accurate. It's never going to get above that. And that's just because of some of the... I don't know how they manipulate this, but it's like slightly different every time. Alright, what was I going to do? So I'm doing that. That's good. We're doing that. We have this. We got to crush a little bit of copper. Let's go with 25. Push this to a 6, so it's done. Alright, so no one's idle. That's good. We're still going up top. We still got to dig. We still got to mine. And we still got to find some geysers. Another slime biome. There's a chance we might get a water geyser there. I don't think we will, but there's a chance. And then there is potentially geysers on this side. I don't think there is, but we'll have to see, right? So let's just go this way a little bit, see a little bit of vision. And then we're going to want to go up top to here. The actual ice biome. Somehow this is cooler. Or not that cold. This makes me kind of worry though. Yeah, because normally it should be around this temperature, 186. The fact that this is only 180 is a little bit worrying. Oxygen doesn't liquefy for whatever reason. And then this is 140. A little bit worried, just slightly a little bit. And then we need to get that fire pole ASAP. Oh, they're probably going to start starving soon because they don't have enough downtime to eat. Yeah, that's probably going to happen soon. Okay, so we have 4 geysers here. If these 4 geysers were the 4 geysers I needed, we would have won, I think. But since they're not the 4 geysers I need, I don't think we reset. I think we just got to continue up until we could see what more do we have around us. And then we can make a better decision later on. But the strategy, what does micro the streamer mean? Don't do extreme backseating. I don't like backseating, but I do understand that sometimes chat or people of chat have a suggestion. And don't micromanage the streamers, basically. Yeah, Hakios, that's a better way to do it. It's a good explanation, or a better word for that. But yeah, when you come in, or I'm saying you do this specifically, but when people come in and they tell you, oh, you're doing this wrong, and then they tell you exactly what you're needing to do, and then when you don't do exactly what they're doing, they're like, no, you did it wrong, you gotta do that again. You fucked up, you gotta build it this way, like that. And it's like, come on, man, just turn on the game and play yourself, man. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing, man? Just get the game, play yourself, man, at this point. You're explaining microing wrong. Here, give me the mic. There it is. So, like, I get it if you have a suggestion, but it's like, don't tell me exactly what to do and, like, where to place it, and if I do it slightly wrong, you're, you know, all up in my ass about it. That's what I mean by don't micro the streamer. Nobody likes that. Even at real life, you have managers. Nobody likes a manager. I have never heard of someone that goes, I love my manager. Right? And managers just micromanage people at work, whether you're working at Starbucks or whatever, right? So don't do it during the streams as well, man. You understand? Thank you for answering. Of course, anytime. I'll be happy to help. Alright, we gotta break through the ice, boys. We gotta break through to the liquid oxygen. We gotta go all the way up. That's probably the best thing to do. We gotta build these out. Gotta keep mining. Technically, I want to mine these right here. Technically, that should be a ladder. I'll just wait for the fireball. Dude! I hate how the dupes do that. Alright, so if the dupes are starting to do that, we're going to do something else. We're going to give the dupes a jank setup. And for lack of better words, it's not really jank. More so stuff that I want. There we go. I speak to my manager one time a week. Other than our group meeting, he's literally like, you cool? Nah, I don't believe that. I don't believe it, man. It's not possible to be this cool. Nah, man, I'm just memeing. But yo, man, if he is that cool, that's awesome. A lot of times, it's hard to find a good manager. I feel like there's a chance, so I will take the chance. Not in sales role, so not too much to micromanage. Oh, gotcha. 162. 110? Dude, this is... Why is this so really warm? Oh, does that mean there's a geyser here? Hold up. Cool steam vent here then, right? That's what this means. This has to be a cool steam vent. Oh, fuck. I think we found it. Let me cancel this. And then let me get the dig command. No, I'm not going to focus on geoactive. I just happened to get the roll this time, so I wanted to check it out. I don't know. It hasn't really affected much anyways. It's not like I found like every geyser immediately. I still have basically the same type of RNG happening. We have to make sure we manage and get to it kind of a thing. So I don't know if... geoactive probably does help. I just don't think it's going to be something I'm going to want to focus on. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But the thing is that there's an opening right here. That's the thing I'm a little bit worried about. It could just be the ice, but the temperature is like under... It's above 100 degrees negative. That sounds so weird to say. It's above 100 degrees negative. What does that even mean? It's still probably ice. The manager pays for your beers after your monthly team meeting. Oh, that's awesome. It's partly because managers usually were promoted in-house, but being good at jobs and being good at managing, two different skill sets. That's true. I could see that as well. But I typically don't have a problem with the managers that are bad at managing. I just have problems with managers that only do managing. No, space is actually negative 180. At least in the previous runs they were. So technically it doesn't have to be true. Come on, there should be a cool steam vent right here. That looks like coal. Oh, come on. Come on, man. Jump up. Oh, there it is. Why is it covered in ice? Oh, it's because of... No, there's a crack in the abyssalite. Oh my god. How bad is this? Oh, it's over, boys. It's over. We gotta reset the run. This is a dead run. We're not playing this anymore. It's over, boys. No, not like this. This is the worst way to go. This is the pathing of shovels. So what we have is known as the best food source in the game, known as shovels. These motherfuckers cannot be caught. They are faster than Barry Allen the Flash, the Reversed Flash, the Speed Force, you name it. This motherfucker is fast. You give the dupes cheats, like you teleport, spawn, whatever on top of the shovel, it's still not fast enough. And look at this. Their pathing normally is limited by the abyssalite right here, but we have what's known as a natural opening. So from right here to right here, you can see how this is solid black. This is abyssalite, but because of the opening in between, the shovels could jump through. Now, the problem is, normally they're stuck at the top, but now that they could dig through, they could be anywhere. Yes. Now, here's the second problem. The strategy revolved around me getting 16 to 18 shovels up here. That's normal. That's the normal amount that you would get spawned at the surface of the map, given that you're playing on the vanilla game. So that's actually not a problem. But now that it's opened here, and it's connected to basically my entire map, they could swim through this entirety of it. And I'm going to put this to 1x speed. Look at how fast he could move if he decides to move. The thing is that they have to decide to move, right? They immediately just go whoop through the tiles. And if you lure them with food somewhere, they will literally go whoop, pop out, grab the food, and then go back in. Oh, man. So because of that, there's a good chance we don't get Carnivore. Because if they start swimming around and I have to look for them, I can't find them. We could block it off, no guarantee we get them all. That's another thing, though. Can you lure them to a container? While you can lure them, the way to capture them is by dropping what they eat on the ground and wrangling them. You can't trap them with a trap, if that's what you're looking. Well, no, you can, but I don't have plastic. We have something called a critter trap, but this requires plastic, which I'm not going to have access to. Maybe if you dig all that ice from that crack and fill it with ladders so they can't go down. So if I click on this guy, I could try to seal this up right here. But I don't know how many have already swam out. Oh my god. All the Drekos be dead. That's true, all the Drekos are dead. This is a dead run, boys. No, I think this is the only break. I want to say this is the only break. But it'd be like that sometimes. Oh, past a cool Steam vent. Oh, that's true. Maybe. What a run, boys. I want to see where the geysers were, though. Alright, so there's a cool Steam vent here. Alright. Oh, this is where the salt water was. Okay, and we should have had a jungle biome, which is this biome. Have a cool Steam vent. That wasn't it. There it was. There was a second one right here. So it was down here, and I didn't want to go that way. So, if you guys didn't know, this biome gives you one cool Steam vent, the jungle biome. The slime biome gives you one as well, which is right here. And then the salt biome gives you a saltwater geyser. Those are the 3 geysers I'm looking for, if you guys didn't know. So that's why I'm looking around and choosing specific biomes to look at. Yep. Oh no, this went deeper a little bit. I thought this went straight down. Unfortunate. That was a bad guess by me. Chlorine vent, I didn't need that. And then, yeah, we had the other geysers. One right here, one right here. Another one on the side. I see the little shovel babies. We got George right here. Alright, let's see if we would have gotten a hydrogen vent. That's actually something that would have been amazing if we got it. So there was something here. Water geyser. Wow. Wow, if I just went to the fossil, we would have had a water geyser. 8.5 kilograms per second. That's amazing. Well, I've seen higher value ones, but that's pretty good still. What was this? A volcano! Rip, okay. Natty gas, chlorine, there was nothing below us. Cool steam. What was this one? CO2. Okay, that's fine. I don't feel as bad anymore. What was the one in the ice? Leaky oil. This was the okay, that would have been a nice heat source. Because it doesn't stop spawning in hotness. This has froze, okay. Nothing in the rust. Oh no, there's something in the back. Gold, okay. We had something here. Cool slush. Probably the best one since you could get plastic and petrol. The thing with that is that I can't use the petroleum because I'm doing super sustainable. And then while I could get plastic, I don't think it helps. Because we don't have enough time to be able to utilize it fully. Iron volcano. And then this one. Infectious polluted oxygen. Classic. No, I can't. The achievement does not allow for it. Right here. Can't use petrol gen. Super sustainable achievement. So that's actually why. Yeah, this is the F run with the. So the opening of the Abyssalite doesn't actually happen that often, but when it does, it sucks. The crack in the Abyssalite right here doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's a bad time. So we do have to reset. Oh, with the refiner, you turn petrol into plastic. Yeah, but what would we use plastic for? You can't use an aqua tuner to generate heat because the map is already frozen. So it's like, how do you generate steam? Oh, from volcanoes. Yeah, that would work, yeah. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, it would work. 200 kgs, 800 kilograms metal. No, the liquid tepodizer is actually the go-to strat. That's actually what you're supposed to do, the liquid tepodizer. Well, in the strategy that I came out with, you're supposed to use the liquid tepodizer. I don't think this is ever going to be actually beneficial. And I think the problem is going to be because I need to get water before I could get to this. But then even when I do get to this, I need to tech up other stuff. Like, I wouldn't be able to make plastic yet until I get water. Right? So then I would have to go down to polypress, which is right here. I think I'm being told something when my portal is giving me Drekways. They're listening, man. They're listening. So I guess we could grab this, grab that after we get power. I wouldn't want to use that strat, though. Because then you start playing around with geysers and dormancy RNG, and I don't want to play around with that. So volcanoes have the most volatile timer of all time. It's literally you get 60 seconds every 10,000 seconds. So it's like, I don't even know if it's ever worth it to consider volcanoes because of this issue. You could just not get anything because it's basically you caught it on the wrong time. Basically, right after it erupts, you open it, you don't know that, and then you have to wait 10,000 seconds, which is in and of itself 15 cycles minimal. And then you would get 60 seconds of magma for another 15 cycles of dormancy. But you can always drip feed to a steam. That's only possible assuming you could do a lot of things, though, which you can't do. How do you get a liquid lock to make a vacuum room to store the magma? None of your liquids are going to hold up. Like, you're thinking too far ahead without thinking about the steps in between. I think that's what it is. The oil fissure... Technically, yeah. But then it's like you would have to make the liquid lock have a tepodizer in it. Otherwise, it's going to eventually freeze. That's not it. This one. Now, of course, it's like it's warm, but it freezes almost immediately. Not only that, crude oil has pretty bad stats. Has a third of the stats of water. So effectively, it becomes a thing where that would only benefit you if you could power, because it's 850, right? You would have to get probably 15 steam turbines running non-stop. Because this is going to take longer to do than it is to actually get 10 hydrogen generators, I think. Which means that you're going to have a less amount of time to use as just drawing power. And then that means you need to be able to provide enough heat for those turbines as well. I feel like at that point it's like it's possible, but you would need like all the RNG to be in your favor. I just don't think, given the 100 cycle constraints, that it's going to be a viable strat, realistically. Because it just seems so counterintuitive. We're trying to draw energy off of a heat source on a ice-cold map. I don't know if we're going in the right direction. Another fail? Yeah, we failed. What about changing it? No, we just need to have better RNG. We're not going to change the strats yet. Alright, gonna be a new run, boys. So we're going to reset Oni so that we don't have memory leak issues, and then we're going to start a new run.